I will say, you coming into my life changed my whole world. Like
Because we were different, you
yeah,
know.
but you pushed me. Like when I
Yeah.
said, like you just pushed me into so many uncomfortable spaces. Not like they were uncomfortable for me because I didn't see myself on a reality show. I
Yeah,
didn't
I
see
see you
myself
there.
doing any of
Yeah.
those things that you were
Yeah.
like, hey, go to this. And I'm like,
Hmm.
a reality show? What? Hey, open up the school. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, well, I thought like one day I'll open up school. You're like, no, I already saw the space. Let's go. Let's go. I'm like, wait a minute, it's happening. Like everything, like things that would take me years to do. Like I've always had that entrepreneurial spirit in me for sure, and I've always been, financial, self-made and financially independent and all those things. But things that I would have taken me a while to get along to, you were just like you just put everything in fast forward. Like, nope, here's school. Do
Because
this,
that's
do
how
this, do
my
this.
life
Boom, boom,
was.
boom.
That's all I know how to
Yeah,
do. I
yeah.
don't.
You're like the
Yeah.
ultimate hustler,
Yeah.
which
I
I
remember I, my wife before. I don't want to talk about it, especially what. I don't even want to go there. But I remember with her, uh, I was working for the Linden Center, number 67, 210 Livingston Street, downtown Brooklyn, New York, across the street from A&S. And I was a social worker. And I remember
wow, that's
going
right.
to work at 23 years old, and I was sitting in a row from people. I remember Charles.
I don't
Charles,
think people
yeah,
realize you were a social
I was a
worker.
social worker. I had a caseload of
How did
300
you like
people.
that job?
I hated it. I loved it at first. First,
What did you love
the
about it?
first
What did
job
you
for the
not like about
city,
it?
I was the accountant guy doing the numbers, payroll thing.
You're
And
good at
then,
that.
yeah, but I was in a room by myself and nobody was there. I hated it. And I asked if I could be a social worker. And, within the city, because you work for the city, they'll transfer you to a different department. So I got this job as a social worker. And I remember Billy Joe Redmond. I hope these people are still alive. Okay, was flamboyant gay guy with a ponytail, blonde hair, blue eyes.
I love that you remember
Yeah,
his whole
yeah,
name.
Billy Joe Redmond, because you had to say his full name. He was to the right of me, and Charles was to the left of me, another gay guy. All right, skinny gay guy living in the Bronx, and then it was me, and then there's two ladies. I don't remember their name at all because there wasn't as much as characters as these two guys to the right and the left of me. And I remember one day the lady got up, and y'all gonna hate me for saying this,
Oh, good Lord.
but when she got up, like it seemed like these people come to work, and as a caseworker, you gotta sit at your desk,
Yeah.
and when your clients come, then you go out and you see them, and they want more money, they have more kids, they
Yeah.
they gotta add people. You're a social worker, like all type of stuff, right? And I have a caseload that they gave me because I was the new guy, and the caseload was a family called the Esters, Hester's, and the caseload was a whole file cabinet. All right, and I'm like, oh my God, it's like, why is it so big? And everybody's laughing because they already know about this family, and I was trying to get the new members of the family off public assistant and find them jobs.
Yeah.
And then the matriarch of the family came up there and she completely cussed me out, this old lady. Like I'm fucking up the check. Okay? All right. Because the more kids that these kids have is the bigger the food stamp check, the bigger the public assistant check. All right. And I saw that there's not a battle that I could possibly win. You know. And one of my coworkers, she was getting out of the chair and I could see the imprint of her butt
But yeah.
in the chair. And I'm 23 years old, and I said, "There's no way." They talk like this is the best job ever. You work for the city. You have all kind of insurance coverage and all of
Benefits.
that benefits. I'm like, no, I can't do this. And one day I went to work, and I went to punch the clock, and I'm like, I can't do this. I drove to the airport. I wanted to go to LA because I wanted to be in the entertainment business.
Wait, why were you so triggered by the imprint that her butt left in a chair?
Because it tells me how long she's been there.
How long she's been there?
Yeah.
Of course. Okay.
Yeah. It was perfect. It's like, this is her
And
fucking
he was like,
chair.
this is not, I do not want to be
Exactly.
doing something that...
Nobody can steal that chair. Because that was like a thumbprint. Her ass was a thumbprint in the chair. You know what I'm saying? So like, I saw it just the way you just said it. All right? And I'm like, I went
I don't want my chair. I don't want to be here this long.
No.
Where I literally like...
I didn't even want to go back to work the next day after that.
Wow.
Okay? And I went, the next day I came in, and I went to, Portia had just born. All right. And I went to press, it's one of the time clock when you put it in the slide, tick, tick, make that horrible noise.
Yeah.
But anyway, I couldn't do it. I drove to Kennedy Airport and I wanted to take a flight. Didn't tell Portia mom anything. I want to take a flight to LA. The Eastern Airline,
So you
that
just
flight
got
was
on a
gone.
plane.
Yeah.
And
I
flew
went to
LA.
Miami. No, I went to Miami.
Went to Miami with no
Never been to Miami.
prospects or jobs in sight.
Never
You just
been to Miami.
Got off the plane and figured it out.
Got off the plane at Miami International. Got a Miami Herald. Went to the Classify. Portia mom used to be a manager at Wendy's at the Junction, okay, in New York, Nostrand and Flatbush. They call it the Junction. And I took up the Classify and boom, I'm going to it and I see Wendy's. And I said, shit, I know how to do that. I used to pick her up there all the time. You know what I'm saying? And I called Wendy's and they tell me to come on Biscayne Boulevard between 37th and 38th Street, their headquarters. I went there, fill out the application. Had my associate degree, from Spartan School of Aeronautics in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So, I put down there, so I had some kind of college, reference. And they put me in training the next day. I remember calling her because I went to the Delmonico Hotel and I called her and she like, I've been calling your job. Where are you? I'm in Miami. And she probably hung up on me because you had one of them big ass phones, like phone.
Oh wait! Before I forget to tell you, I worked for Wendy's. I worked at Wendy's as well.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I was in high school.
Yeah, I was the manager.
I moved up to manager after about 3 months.
Oh, you're the shit. And that was my job. That's how I just couldn't do that.
Well, that is amazing. Like, because you know how many people have jobs that they don't enjoy doing, you know what I'm saying? So to just take that leap of faith and get on a plane and go to a different state, city, and just
you've never been before.
Figure it out.
Yeah, I knew it was hot down there, so I knew I was just gonna try it.
Yeah, palm trees. You had the water. You had all the elements, sunshine. It was.
I went back to New York 8 months after that, and my dad got me a job on a construction site, and reality hit. I was living right around the corner from my parents with a girl I never talked to in high school, but now I was with her and I had a child with her, and it didn't work out because I didn't want to do what my dad did. So, I turned to the street. All right, and a lot changed. A lot changed when I met Leora. I don't know if you remember this, Cynthia, but we were flying from Miami years ago, and we was in first class, and I was with Leora.
You were with Leora.
Yeah, and
I remember that.
You were in first class also, and Leora switched seats. He forced me to switch seats with him. He said, "You need to talk to her. You need to talk to her, Peter." All right? And we spoke on the plane. You were real pleasant. Okay? I think I took your number, but I never called. Okay? Because I remember you used to date Russell. So I said, I'm not calling her. That's Russell's ex-girlfriend. I'm not calling her. And Leora said, "Did you call her? Did you call her?" No, I'm not calling her. That's Russell's ex-girlfriend. But, that's 17 years before we met here in Atlanta.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Wow. Well,
We were on the show for like 7, 8 seasons together, right? And they watch us get married on the show.
yes.
And they watch us got a divorce on the show.
Yes.
And they watch you moved on
From
the
the
show, right? And they didn't see us again ever.
No,
right?
that's true.
So this is the first time.
And that's
you're
one of
gonna
the
see
reasons
us,
why I
yeah.
wanted to do. Well, first of all, let me just be very clear. I want anything that you're doing positive. I always try to support,
Yeah.
and you can vouch for
That's
that.
it. That's for sure.
If you ever call this phone and you're trying to do anything positive, if I can help or support, I always have been that person.
You
right?
have. Yeah.
So I think this is good for you. I think this is healthy for you. You know, you like to talk. I mean, I'm a little mortified about what might actually come out of your mouth sometimes because now that I do follow you,
yeah, when we were
on social
shooting,
media.
I always like hit
You always kept me in trouble.
Yeah.
You would like go back and forth with the girls. You would say stuff and be like, "Thank you."
Yeah.
Now I have to go fight
Yeah.
3 people that I didn't
But it
want to
made
fight.
it interesting though.
Yeah, for you. I mean, I always had to like you would come in and drop a bomb, and then I would have to clean it up. the next
Yes.
day.
Yes. Because like I understood the format of what that is. You know what I'm saying? And understanding all the first of all, on the housewife, they don't give you no guarantee contract. It's year to year to year. So I used to remember after 2, 3 years, everybody after the reunion is waiting to see if they're gonna get that email, right? Yeah. Okay? To see if they're gonna get that email, okay, if they're gonna come back. And like the more you honor it, the bigger the check gets. You know what I'm saying? So to me, I wanted to make sure that I wasn't a fly on the wall. I wanted
Bravo's
to
going
make
to
sure.
shut down your podcast.
No, they cannot.
You're like giving up all their
They
secrets.
can't. They cannot. People already know this. So you have to make yourself, people, relevant, okay, in order for you to come back because it's like a competition thing. That's how they set it up. So if you have a whack storyline, if you're not interested, I remember Carlos King is what really saved us, to be honest with you, because Carlos.
Shout out to Carlos.
Yeah, Carlos is like. Carlos came up to me and he had a different vision from how they had the show formatted. The show was just for women and
and he started including the men.
And then he started making the guys be more of it, and I was a leader of the pack.
100%.
Yeah, so I used to
You
yo Greg, yo Apollo, yo Todd, this is what we're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? All right, and then we would go in there and mix it up, and then those are the highest rating that show ever had.
Remember, you did a couple of trips. You even had trips.
I had my own trip to Jamaica. You laughing?
You did.
You laughing? I'm the only guy who ever had a trip before the Jersey guy, Joe in Jersey, got his trip. You know what I'm saying? And I took them home to where I'm from in Jamaica.
And you were like instrumental. You like spearhead the whole movement. The guys never got to go on Watch What Happens Live.
Yeah. I called up Andy and I'm like, Andy, how come you don't let the guy come on the show? The ratings is crazy. I go by TV by the numbers every week.
Like we were obsessed with TV by numbers.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, because the ratings will tell you that you're in a better position to negotiate. You know what I'm saying?
True.
When the season is over, and the ratings, because I used to look to see how many times they actually show whatever. It's nothing that we did that they didn't show. All right, and that. You were stressing at the end of the season. I'm like, it's nowhere in hell they're not going to bring us back because everything we gave them, they used everything we gave them.
I'm the kind of person. I have the type of personality. I just never count my chickens before they hatch. And you have the type of personality. You're like, we own the chicken.
You know what you? You know what you used to say to me though. You used to say like, everybody. You know what, Peter? Everybody could see, but not too many people have vision. You always said that to me. I did. Yeah, you said that to me.
I said a lot of people see, but not everyone has vision.
That was the way she patted me on my back, by the way, after she cussed me out. Okay? You got vision. Okay, so the vision thing,
you are a visionary.
Worked out. Yeah.
I'm a visionary.
Yeah, you got to see things before it happened in order for it. I never walked into a space and not see how I'm going to do it. As soon as I walked into the space, it comes to me. If it doesn't come to me, then I know that's not my space.
Yeah.
So I'll just move on. You know what I'm saying? And when it was time, for my story on Atlanta Housewife to end, I was okay with moving on. I got into my little car and I drove all the way. You ever see, what was that song with, what's that? My friend just mentioned that to me too. Something
What
about
song?
Mary? Was it something about Mary?
Oh, the movie? Something about Mary with Cameron Diaz.
Yeah.
And Matt Damon.
No, Matt Damon, the other guy. The
Not
other
Matt
guy
Damon.
was a star.
Not
Matt Damon was in it. He was in it.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it was the other guy too.
Man, I can't think of his name.
Okay,
Yeah.
y'all know we're talking about something about Mary.
But anyway, I drove to Charlotte 4 hours when everybody know I don't like to drive for more than 20 minutes.
Because you fall
All
asleep.
right, because I fall asleep, and I'm not gonna die. I'm gonna get there. You know what I'm saying? And my whole life was on that drive. My whole life up to that point just flashed in front of me, and I just said, you know what? I'm never gonna talk to her again. So I'm blocking her. I pulled over to block you, by the way. Just kidding.
So pretty.
Yeah, I blocked you from Instagram. I blocked you from calling, from talking, and I just went hard in Charlotte. You know what I'm saying? And I think the production found out like a year and a half later that we weren't even together. That's crazy. What are you looking at?
Really? It took like a year and a half?
Like a year, yeah. They came up there and they shot.
No, because when we
a
broke
year
up,
later.
I was still filming.
But they didn't. I wasn't. I wasn't there.
Well, if you weren't filming with me, I think it was pretty obvious that we weren't together anymore.
Yeah, but no, they called me and said, "Oh, you and Cynthia not together anymore?"
Oh, right.
They called me and I said, "No, we're not." And they said, "Oh, when were y'all gonna tell us that?" I said, "Have you seen me in anything you shot in the last year?" No. Mm-hmm. She said, "No." She always said that you were at work in Charlotte. You know what I'm saying?
Well, no, that's not entirely true.
Yeah.
It was because I remember, like, of course, when we start filming, we have to like talk about, story and like what we have going on. It's like, well, you were in Charlotte. We were like, we weren't officially divorced or anything at that point.
No,
we were like broken up, and at that time, it wasn't official if we would even try to figure it out or whatever. So it was still that was like a transitional period or whatever, just before everything was final.
Yeah, but you came to the fork in the road. One person got to go that way, other person got to go that way. And we were cool with it. You know what I'm saying? And when they did find out and we came back to shoot, the first time they actually paid me. You know what I'm saying? To shoot. You know what I'm saying?
Goodbye.
Yeah, they thought we were going to be like messy. And I'm like, I remember being in the place by the airport because I'm not going to our house. No, I'm not doing that. All right. And they came and you walked in there. You still got that tattoo on the back of your neck?
I do, actually.
I remember discovering this woman all over again. She got a tattoo now.
50.
Yeah, she got a tattoo.
It is a small tattoo on the back of my neck. It is a cross, and it was on my bucket list. My 50 bucket list.
Yeah, and we were cool, and they were like, they pulled me out of the scene 3 times.
Yeah.
Like.
I remember. I know.
Yeah, I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. We're cool. You know what I'm saying? We were friends before. We're friends again. It's cool. I like the friend zone better.
Like
how's your mom, by the way?
It's a full circle moment. Doing? My mom is good.
Yeah?
She's good. Like us, she's just getting older and, unfortunately, fortunately, her kids are doing well and, have their own families and stuff. So, and doesn't have anyone. So I feel, bad because it's like lonely when you get older and you don't have anyone. Yeah, I think
she lives with you?
No, she doesn't. Yeah. She has her own place.
Okay.
But she got another dog. Remember, we had Bailey. Remember Bailey you brought home?
Benzino
gave us Bailey.
Yeah.
And it was crazy. You guys probably saw Bailey on my social media for years. But so Peter comes home. No, you brought the dog home and said Benzino said.
Yeah, Benzino. Yeah.
That if you guys like him, let him spend the night, and if you guys like him, you guys can have him. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was just as simple as that. And of course, he was like adorable, just cute little Pomeranian.
Yeah.
And we liked him, and he was around. Bailey just died like 2 years ago, or maybe a year ago. Like, and now my mom has another dog that looks just like him. His name is Bobby.
Bobby?
Yeah, that's her My mom is actually a twin,
Okay.
and fraternal.
She is?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, but her brother died at birth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So his name was Bobby. So
Oh, wow.
she named him
she named
Bobby in memory of her
Wow,
brother.
that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember going to Muscle Shores, Alabama with you. And before we got there, she said, I'm from this little town and it's only one
Leeton.
stop.
Yeah, Leeton, Alabama.
Leeton, Alabama. And she says there's only one stop sign. And she said we was in I think we was in an SUV. And she said when you get around this corner, there's going to be around 15 guys in front of the corner store. All right? Because I'm like, how you know who's going to be where?
Yeah.
She said they're always there.
Yeah.
And half of them is my uncles.
And brothers.
Yeah, and brothers. So when we got around that corner, they go to the corner store. They go around 20 guys in front of the corner store. And then I met your grandmother. She was the most interesting person ever.
Yeah, Frankie
you know what I'm
Ford.
saying?
Frankie May. Yeah,
I love Frankie.
she's the one.
Yeah.
She was my
Yeah.
role model.
Frankie used to say, she used to pick cotton and she used to have the baby strapped
She liked
to
you
her.
too.
Yeah, she loved
liked
me.
you, yeah.
Yeah, because Frankie talked shit and I talk shit. So we kind of gravitate. And your Uncle Milk.
Uncle Milk, yeah.
Yeah.
And my Uncle Snow.
You Snow, yeah. Real country. These are real country people. You know
we had 2 June bugs, Milk, a Snow, and we had a Peter. Uncle Peter.
Is that right? Damn. You know what was the most incredible memory from that? Because Frankie was just a little lady energized on, like she had some energizing double cell in her back. You know what I'm saying? She's like boom, 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 boom. But in the back of Frankie's house,
it was a railroad track.
you could set your watch to that to that train that would pass. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. I've never seen a train pass in the back of somebody's yard before in my life. That was so funny to me, Cynthia. You know what I'm saying? The train, you told me the train is in the back, and I pay you no mind. You know what I'm saying? And then the train came. I'm like, oh shit, there's a train in the back of your yard. Yeah. That was crazy. I remember you told me you used to walk on the train track all the time.
Yeah, we did. When we were little.
I'm like, oh my God, there's a train in the back. Like in the backyard. It's not even like, I would say from the back door, 40 feet. 40 feet. A whole train.
Thank God.
And the train was so long.
Yeah, it was like a real train.
No,
like,
the train take around maybe 45, 50 minutes before the beginning and the end. No, it was a long ass train. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, when is it gonna stop?
Yeah.
And yo was just normal to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And till this day, I still love trains. Anytime I hear trains, it takes me right back to I love trains. Like I
didn't
had a chance
pay
to go
no
on a couple
attention to a
train rides. Anytime I go on trains, I just have
now
a fascination.
every time I
with
see a
trains.
train, I think of Frankie.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's like we don't have a train. I mean, the subway in New York, but not the train in a person's backyard. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I remember that until this day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So nah.
Well, let me tell you this. I used to look at those trains.
Yeah.
And I always just as a young kid, I used to always just be so curious about where is it going? Like what else is there? When you grow up in a small town and then everybody knows everyone. I just always had a curiosity of what else was out there, and I just feel so blessed that I actually, after I graduated high school, I really got an opportunity to see the world. I moved to New York first. 6 months later, I was living in Paris. I never thought, I was a dreamer, and I didn't even know what manifestation meant, or what it meant to manifest something, because that I didn't know that word growing up. But I feel looking back, I manifested my entire life in so many ways, because I knew I wanted to leave and go. I knew something bigger was out there. I didn't know what it was or how to get to it, but thank God, and this is where alignment comes in. I ended up winning a beauty pageant where there was a model scout from Wilhelmina Models, the one and only beauty pageant I've ever been in. And like it just changed the course of my life. And I was lucky enough to move to New York City first. And from New York, it was, it was just everywhere from there. But yeah, from Alabama to New York, and just taking, like, I feel like every milestone of my life, it was like literally taking a leap of faith and just going for it. And this brings me now to my acting career, which I have started in my 50s.
You always wanted to do that, though. You
I
used to
did,
talk about
but I
that a
didn't
lot.
want, after, Noel's dad, Leon, is an actor. He's
Yeah.
a actor, okay? So I always had a certain respect for the craft because I know his process, like his process that he went through when he did such a phenomenal, incredible job of playing David Ruffin in The Temptations.
Yeah.
Is insane. Like,
I
I mean,
remember, yeah.
I was with the man, and I still was like, this is insane. Like, I could watch that movie like a million times, but I remember watching him prepare for that role. He never came out of character. He never came out of character until they wrapped that movie.
That's good.
And I couldn't understand. I was like, but you're off today. You don't have to talk like David Ruffin. You don't have to act like David
They
Ruffin.
come to see me. They come to see me.
Ain't nobody come to see you, Otis. But just that whole process. So
Yeah.
for me, although like, I had like small stints of acting that came up throughout my modeling years on the Cosby
Yeah.
Show and different things like that.
Yeah.
But after Leon, I was like, okay, if I'm gonna pursue acting, if I really want to be an actor, I have to really, can't be like a side thing for me. Like I have to like be able to really focus on
dive
it.
in, yeah.
And that's what I was able to do after Housewives a couple of years ago, was really focus on it. And I don't know if you have seen any of my movies that
I've
I've been in.
seen not one.
Oh, well, thank you, hater.
I'm not a
they're
hater.
posted on my link tree and my bio
Let me
on
tell
my
you something.
Instagram. You can
No,
click on there and actually see.
First of all, Cynthia, I'm on, I do the, like you got like 4 million followers on Instagram. You see, I got 800,000. But every time,
Oh, you had 800,000?
yeah, every time, yeah. A little something. A little something.
Nice.
But every time I go on Instagram, boom, you pop up. I'm like, damn, I'm gonna have to block her again. She's on this week. I think I called you once and said, where do you get the energy to do all
Only
of this
post like once a
posting?
day.
Are you serious?
I used to post when I first got on Instagram. I used to post like at least 6 times a day.
Yeah.
I don't
So
know
you just
how.
post once a day?
Yeah, I just do once a day.
But every time I go on it, you pop up. You pop up. I'm like, man, I don't like any of them either. I don't
see any social media support from you on my
No, I don't.
page.
People say you should like them. I'm like, why?
You don't like or comment.
No, I don't. On anybody's.
You can,
Maybe Halle Berry. I like
won't-
her relationship with her new man.
Okay, well that's great.
Yeah.
But I think we have a great friendship at this point.
Yeah, we
it's
do. We have
okay
an excellent friendship, people.
we do.
Yeah, but like
So it's okay for you to like and comment.
no, like I see you.
I mean, you don't have to blow me up.
No,
but,
I live. I live vicariously
you can show support
through you.
for certain
I see
things.
you all over the globe, and you're doing things. And I heard you was on BMF. I'm like, congratulations. That's dope.
Thank you.
That's dope.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That was like a full circle.
You know what?
50
I was
Cent moment
nervous
for me.
when you were coming to do this. I have this thing. I remember seeing Portia did a stand up once. I think you were there.
Oh yeah, your daughter,
Yeah.
Portia Thomas, absolutely.
When she did the
absolutely.
stand up.
Yeah, we were
I
there.
was terrified. You know what I'm saying? That she bombed. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? All right, so
But she didn't, by the way.
She didn't. She did great.
did
I don't know why she didn't
amazing.
pursue that, because she was good. Her white girl humor is off the
Yeah.
chain. And so to me, watching you,
You're like, is she gonna mess up?
yeah,
is she gonna be good?
yeah, it makes me nervous, so I can't watch it. And after I left Housewife, I've never watched Housewife. I get a glimpse of it, and I like,
Yeah.
people I'm around. Like if I'm dating a girl and she want to watch Housewife, I know that's the girl. I can't date you. You too much of a fan. I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm out. Okay, I don't want to watch that. I don't want to watch any of those people. The music, that background.
Oh, as soon as it
creepy-ass
comes, it's like a
music,
trigger.
as soon as I hear the music,
Yeah.
it just put me in a funk. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Yeah.
Peter, that's as much as much as it is a part of my journey, that's a part of your journey too. Like
It
it's
is.
just a part of the story.
It is.
Those are chapters in your book, and so many great things came from
Housewives.
from Housewives.
Yeah.
Like it really did.
Yeah,
like
it did.
Like
And
even
I'm
your
not knocking
restaurants,
it. Yeah,
like you
I'm not
started, you
knocking it.
created those things.
Millions of
like you have
people.
people that come from all over to go to Bar One.
Yeah, millions
You know
of
what I'm
people.
saying?
Millions of people come to
So-
see me because Housewife, and I'm grateful for that. It's just that there's a certain
lot of emotion
feeling
there.
that I used to have. All right, and it brings me back. Remember when they told us that you're gonna live it 3 times? Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah. Film it.
Yeah.
Shoot. No. Film it.
Yeah.
It
when
comes
they give
on.
us the tape, no,
and
when
then
they give us the
tape, then we watch
we
it.
watch it.
And then we have to watch it
And
with
then-
the world.
and then we have to watch it with
social
the
media.
world.
And then
And-
we have the reunion.
And
So
then,
really
yeah,
like 4
yeah,
times.
4 times.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, it was too much. It was too much. They gave me a deal, same production company last October. And it was a great opportunity, right? And I felt like honored that they even wanted to give me an opportunity for me to have my own situation.
Your own show.
Yeah, but I wasn't ready. Mentally, I wasn't ready.
Yeah.
And I was trying to, you know me, I can't stand still. I always got to try to, I'm trying this, I'm trying that, I'm trying this, I'm trying that, you know, because the whole philosophy, if you do nothing, nothing's
Nothing
going to
happens,
happen.
yeah.
And I knew when I did nothing, I lost everything. You know what I'm saying? So, but I know that I needed to be in the right frame of mind in order to deliver.
Absolutely.
Because even this podcast, I mean, Jessica.
What made you decide to do a podcast?
Well, I met this young lady named Jessica Myers.
Your co-host.
Yeah, and
Or are you her co-host? Well, you guys are
It's my show.
co-hosts. Okay, it's your show.
yeah, it's my
Okay,
show.
got it.
So you know, I wasn't comfortable doing it alone, and I don't think I didn't think anybody would be interested in just watching me
Yeah.
talk to people. This is the first time I'm doing it without Jessica.
Oh, this is your first?
Yeah.
Oh, I got a one-on-one exclusive.
Yeah, because it would be awkward
Peter
with Jessica
Thomas.
here. She would derail every time we get into a rhythm. So I tell her to set it out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I didn't believe that people would want to hear what I have to say or what I feel or anything like that. And then people just you need to do a podcast. You need to do a podcast. And it took me a whole 2 years. You know, I was afraid to lose Jessica because we wanted to do this thing with Jessica, like a power summit. And the people that we were planning with couldn't really come up with the funds.
Right.
And I didn't have it. And I think Jessica was getting discouraged. And I said, you know what, Jessica, instead of we finding a location and make it so expensive, let's just do it in my house.
Yeah.
You know
Well,
what
you
I'm
have a
saying?
nice place.
Yeah, and then she brought the camera in and she said, really? And I said, yes, because I didn't want to lose her.
Right.
Because I want to do other business with her.
Right.
She's super smart.
Right.
And this young girl she owns 2 hotels.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? So
I love it.
she's about that real estate. So, you know, I said, let me start the podcast, not knowing anything about a podcast. And then I started looking at podcasts, like I love Pivot with those 3 guys they just won some award also. And then Shay.
Oh, yeah.
I don't really like his show. You hear me, Shannon, I don't really like your
You
show.
don't like his show?
Nah,
You don't look
it's like a blog. It's too gossipy. You know what I'm saying? And he's
I
a
like
football
Shannon's
player. But yeah, Cat Williams changed his world. You know what I'm saying?
Cat Williams changed the world.
He did. That little dude. You know what I'm saying? But I love him. He has a certain thing about him you have to pay attention to. But, you know, and then I said, you know what? I said, what is a podcast? And it said, cocktails and conversation.
Yeah.
I said, so about what? It's like whatever you're comfortable with.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, I could talk about the music industry because I'm, I know that industry. I could talk about reality shows because I know reality show.
You could talk about restaurants because you know that world.
I could talk about investment in real estate because I'm in that world now.
Yeah.
and and I could talk about current events.
You can also talk
Yeah.
about interior design.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't know that you are a beast when it comes to interior design,
Yeah,
I've always tried to push you toward that.
yeah, I know you're in so many.
You need to
people.
get a
Yeah.
furniture line or something, but I don't know.
So you like my crib?
Yeah, it's nice, but you always had nice taste.
Good.
But I like the space for
I
you.
just designed Yanni, Nini's boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
I just designed, me and Sean just designed his shop.
Oh, okay. Oh, it looks nice.
And
I've
it's
seen
beautiful,
pictures of it
yeah.
online.
It's
Yeah.
beautiful. Yeah.
I'm
So-
sure that's your lane.
And
That's your
since
lane
I
all
did
day.
that, he's telling people that I designed
Mm-hmm.
it. So now people hit me up, yo, I'm going down to Tampa to design
I've been
a
telling you
space
that for
some
years.
football
I was
players,
like,
yeah.
look, I just always felt like you had such just a natural talent for that. And I was like, and you enjoy doing it, but you never wanted to do it for other people.
No, I didn't.
You never
I
wanted to do
myself,
it.
yeah.
And now it's like, you should like lean into that, like honestly.
Because I don't know how to monetize it for other people, so I got to learn that part of it. When I do it, I'm doing it for me,
Well, you have to charge them. You have to give them.
Yeah,
like,
but I don't even know what to charge them. I don't, so I got to learn that space.
Well, you should learn it
Yeah.
because I think you'll do very well in that space. And I love this podcast space for you because, I think you have a lot to say. I think you definitely have a voice. You definitely never held back on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. That's for sure.
No, I never did.
You know what I'm saying? You have a lot to say. You've lived. There's so many things like that people don't know about you before the show. And even when I was talking about the Met Gala, we forget how much stuff we've actually done separately and together, and then separately again. You know what I'm saying? So you have.
That's good. I mean, I did a lot of firsts. The other day I was talking to somebody and I was saying, I did these restaurants, Savannah, second place for the James Beard Award, top black restaurant on South Beach, first nightclub on South Beach, Fifth Street, 1988.
How Can I Be Down? You were like
first
right
hip hop music conference on the planet.
Yeah.
Okay, and everyone came through that.
Yeah.
Okay, and then when I went to LA to do the Source Awards.
The Source Awards.
I did the Source Awards in '99. Someone just pointed out that BT came with the BT Awards in 2001. That means I did a music award show 3 years before music television station did their first award show.
Yeah.
And then the BT Hip Hop Award came in 2005. So they used the blueprint that myself, Dave Mays, Raymond Scott did, to do their award show. So I'm like, wow, I did a lot of stuff.
Yeah, you can speak to a
I knew
lot.
Tupac, I knew Biggie. I was there when Biggie got killed. I was there when Tupac got shot. You know what I'm saying? Took his pants off, the whole 9 yards. When I'm telling people a story like that, they're looking at me like, really?
Yeah, you were there. You were there.
So a lot, the whole, I could talk about music all day long, thanks to Russell and to Lior. And I talk to Lior probably once every other month now.
Well, I would like you to do me a favor.
What is that?
I would really like for you to continue to focus on your healing process. I know
doing that.
with your dad passing, it really changed your world. But you can't go into that dark space, and it takes a lot of energy and determination to stay positive and just focus on what brings you joy. I know you have beautiful grandchildren that you love.
Incredible.
You have so many reasons to focus on your health. I'm a health and wellness advocate. I really only operate at this point in my life from a place of love and health and positivity and God.
Yeah.
Bringing God, God. If it's not if you notice when I post a lot of times, most of the time I always put God's will, God's will, God's will. I always try to lead with God. I believe in.
I'm doing that a lot lately.
Do you meditate?
Doing that a lot.
I love that you're in therapy. Keep all of that up.
Yeah.
Try to be consistent with that, and just listen to things that are positive. Meditate. I meditate for 15, 20 minutes every morning.
Yeah.
I do that.
Okay, that's good.
And I, I pray. I really try to not be around negative energy. I really do.
But that's been you though, forever.
I know, but I'm really, really tapping into it because I feel like I see, when you have love, God, and peace, that is bigger than any amount of money that you can have. You know what I mean?
You're right.
So, because you can have the money and not have those things, and then, drink alcohol all day because something's missing because you don't have that peace. So I want you to continue to walk towards your peace because that's going to be your happy place. And as we get older, because again, we are getting older now, I think you look great for your age. I think I look great for my age. But that's just what it's all about. And live life because tomorrow is not promised. It is a blessing.
I know.
Every day that you wake up and open your eyes.
That I got, and like to watch that happen, and now I had to leave Miami because my mom is here. And I know if
you got to
I
be
was
closer
in
to your
Miami,
mom.
then I would be there, and I wouldn't I would be breaking the promise that I made to him. So now I know I could drive in 30 minutes. I'm there.
And you can see your mom.
Yeah, and that's it. Just makes everything just feels better. I don't bring nobody in my space at all. Nobody.
And that's important too.
Yeah.
You have to protect your space. You have to protect your energy. And I've been really, working hard on that. In certain, we're around especially with me, just even filming movies and TV shows or even reality shows.
How many movies
we're
you done
around a lot of
so
people.
far?
I've done probably about 8 movies now.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and I played my first lead this year. I booked a lead role for a BET Plus movie.
Is that right?
The amazing, fabulous, feisty Wendy Raquel is the director. This is her directorial.
I like her.
You
I was
would
in
love
Jamaica
her.
with her.
Yeah, she's great.
Her and Vivica Fox.
Probably so. They're
Yeah.
probably friends, I'm
Yeah.
sure. But I'm just I don't let age define my dreams of what I can do.
Yeah.
And I feel better than ever. I just had this this scan that, do you see, on my Instagram, did you see where I did the health scan where they put me through the machine and they basically can find everything.
Yeah.
They literally, had to be, are you claustrophobic? I think you are.
I am, but a friend of mine told me about that. And
I think you should do it. I've told
I'm
all
definitely
my
do it.
friends they should do it.
They take all that data and they give it to your doctor.
I think they could even see your heart. I
everything,
I know heart attacks run in your family.
Yeah.
Strokes run in my family.
Yeah.
So
No, I just went to the doctor 3 weeks ago and I have to go see a cardiologist because he said my heartbeat was a little bit off.
See,
Yeah.
I worry about that for you. Yeah. But I thought about you, and then I thought about, is he claustrophobic? Because you were in there you're in that scan for an hour, but they look at everything.
Yeah.
But thank you, Most High. By the grace of God, I am completely healthy. I do have a hernia. I have a hernia that I have. Yeah, they saw, and I felt like I had a hernia in my stomach, in my belly button.
That thing you had, it ever came back?
The fibroids, no, they're done.
That's
Well,
good.
I'm in menopause now, so that's done. Well, I had, you went with me.
You weren't in.
We filmed UFE.
Pause when you was with me.
That was, I couldn't stand you, pause at that time. That's why nothing was happening.
I couldn't stand you, pause.
Okay, and it wasn't always that way. Okay,
wait, hold on.
I said I was in menopause at that point, but
1 second though. You that right there. I don't know, guys, if you know anything about that thing that she had. What's it called? Fibroids.
Yeah, you went with me for that procedure.
Yeah, I went with you for that. And I remember when you used to go to the restroom and you used to come tell me to look.
Yeah. It
And
was
I used to see
the
this
clots and stuff. Okay, this is a
big
little
chunk.
graphic now.
Yeah, it's real graphic,
Blood.
but we got to
Yeah.
talk about it.
Yeah.
'Cause
Well,
a lot
it
of
affects so many
women out
black
there is
women.
going through it.
Yes.
That's why we got to talk about it.
Yes.
And you should have.
Because I couldn't believe it. I would be like, come and look, Leonardo. This is
exactly.
crazy.
All right, and come on. Part of it is that you weren't feeling sexy back then. It's like most women are.
I was exhausted. I'm no longer anemic.
right?
With all that blood that was coming out of me.
You used to have the
dark
circle on
circles.
the
I never
eyes.
wanted to, I just was low energy. I was a
Guys-
mess. I used to chew ice. Remember, I used to always have you get me ice
Yeah,
from like
'cause you're-
Sonic
yeah,
and from the gas
exactly,
station.
exactly.
All of that stuff. All of
Yeah.
that's done now.
I was a
but
good husband.
You were.
Okay, I was a good
you were
husband.
good when you were good. He was
All
good
right.
when he was good.
I was a great husband.
When
Okay,
he was good.
because
He was
she
great
wasn't
when he was
feeling
great.
sexy at all. She looked like a raccoon with the dark circles around her eyes.
I was anemic.
All right, she had a period for like 20 days, a month.
I was always on it.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So the sex was really happening. You know what I'm saying? And she
Couldn't
had
wear white. Remember that
she
big
had baggage. As a matter of fact, we did a book called Carry On Baggage.
We did. I forgot we did a book
I got
together.
3 copies up there. I don't know what you do with yours.
I see it. Wow,
Yeah.
that's right.
So like I was just holding on in there. I used to go and hang out with my little friend Heather Kenny. Like she said, yeah.
No, that was a tough
Yeah.
time, and so
Tough
many
times,
women
tough times.
suffer with fibroids. And one of the best things. I'm proud of
Yeah.
a lot of things that I did on the show, but when I tell you,
Yeah.
talking about us having that discussion, me
That's
even
good.
like including you in that, because it
Yeah.
didn't just affect me; it affected you. It
Yeah,
affected everybody around me.
They interviewed me about that.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think I saw something where they use my interview in it. I saw like a tape.
Oh,
And it was talking
probably
about
so.
from the men's
Well,
perspective of how
right,
it affects us.
because it does.
Yeah,
It does.
exactly.
And although I no longer suffer from fibroids,
That's excellent.
I still am a brand ambassador for USA Fibroid Centers because I want to still be a part of keeping that conversation going, because so many women, especially anywhere I go in the world, women are like, thank you so much. And then and thank you. I'm so glad Peter talked to you, because I didn't know how to talk to my husband about it. But we really, it's just such, it's amazing how many people we were actually able to touch with our stories, even the stories that were not good for us. Like even that was a
great for
terrible
other people,
time
yeah.
when we were going through my fibroid
Yeah.
journey. That was
Especially
a very
this-
hard
I
time
remember
for
when
us,
Hill
but
Harper
it
came.
helped so many people.
Remember
Hill
when Hill
Harper
Harper
came.
came?
He's running for. He's
for
running
congressman or
yes,
something, a senator.
he came to our
Yeah.
house. He had a book,
Yeah.
a relationship
Yeah,
book, and he came in to give us
he was supposed
counseling.
to be counseling, yeah. And I remember that story where I was saying, "Yo, you go, you beautiful. You go, you show up, they give you all kind of clothes to put on. You sign your card, and at the end, your check go to your agency. You're good. I got to get up every day and create something every
make
day.
something happen, yeah.
This is a big difference. If I decide not to do nothing, I can't take care of nobody. You know what I'm saying? And people really, really connect to us because the difference between us, and like up until this day.
They used to call us the odd couple.
The odd couple, but they always ask, so come on, man. If I pull my phone out right now, you're going to see how many people say, so when you and Cynthia getting back together? Like, shut up. It's never going to happen. It's a period. It's gone. Like yesterday. You know what I'm saying? But they constantly say that to me over and over and over. I can't even go on live without saying that. In which I got to go on live after this to correct somebody's wrong. But, that part. But no, we helped a lot of people because I think what we brought.
That's the blessing in being on TV. And remember, what was the advice Tyler Perry gave us? What did he say?
Always stay on TV.
Always stay on TV.
Yeah. We were invited to his 45th birthday.
Yeah.
100 people. We made the list.
We did.
I tell that story
Remember
a lot.
Stevie Wonder played?
Yes.
He was like.
It wasn't that just Stevie Wonder. It was
he was like
Quincy Jones.
Quincy, oh my God.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
It was there. All right. So, Yolanda Adams.
Yep. Oh my
Yeah.
God. A lot of people say we look alike.
Yeah. Well, she got her cheekbones also, but that's about
and
it.
she's wonderful.
Yeah, she's beautiful. Her voice is incredible. Leanne Rhymes. Yeah, was there. That was crazy.
Remember
like
that
half
house
the
was
people
so
left.
beautiful, that
yeah.
view.
Miss Lisa Vanderpumps was there.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
Remember, I always tell
She
people.
was.
I always tell people the story that we had to connect in Dallas, right? And we was trying to figure out what to get Tyler for his birthday party since he graced us with the invitation. And we went into Joe Malone's. And you wanted to buy that big ass candle
because I saw that
Yeah.
Oprah. I had read somewhere that Oprah had all these candles. These were the candles that she had in her house at the time, and they were like the big ones. I think they were like $5,000.
$1,000.
They were
$1,000.
$1,000. Yeah,
So
and
I'm
we
like,
got that for him, right?
No, we didn't.
We didn't get.
I know you forgot. That's why I tell it. That's why I'm telling the story. So Cynthia
We were
wanted to
okay,
buy.
Tyler, we were trying to get you that,
Yeah, Cynthia.
that Joe Malone candle.
Yeah,
What
wanted
did
to
we
buy
get?
this Joe Malone candle for him, and I'm like, no, let's not get him that. So when we got to LA, we got there early, and we went to the Grove, and we went to Tashin, the bookstore, and we got him some architectural.
We got him some architectural
books. To put on this table because I thought that was more, that was more what I do.
Yeah.
So I thought
and that's
that
a very classy.
I thought the candle is going to burn out.
Yeah.
But the books
he
are
would
going to
have
be
the
there for
books,
like 20, 30
And you
years.
love architect books.
Exactly.
I still have some of your old architect books, by the way.
I need them back. Okay. But anyway.
You're not getting them back. I've paid for those books at this point.
Yeah. Oh my God, this one right here. But anyway. When we got to Tyler Perry House, first of all, Tyler Perry lived on top of the hill.
Remember, the view was incredible. Oh my God.
So you had to go to a guard gate for the rich folks, and then you have to go to another guard gate for the wealthy folks. All right?
Crazy.
So by the time we got up there, I remember the same guy who did our wedding.
Tony Conway.
Shout
out to Tony Conway.
Yeah. Tony had set up
Legendary Events, his company is called.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. He had set up like a speakeasy on the side of the house.
Yep, I remember.
I asked Tony, how much is a speakeasy? And when he told me, I almost died. Because they put it up and they were taking it down 2 days later.
It was, remember, was it red?
All red.
It was
Roses
beautiful.
everywhere.
It was beautiful.
Yeah. Almost the money that he spent to put that house together was sick. But anyway, when we was walking towards the speakeasy, I looked over and you were like, yeah, you wanted to get this man $1,000 candle. He got 50 of them around his pool. Okay, remember that? He got 50 of them around his pool. He's burning 50 grand as we speak. You know what I'm saying? You'd be looking real silly with that candle. Like, oh, he... 51.
What do you give people that have everything? Books.
Yeah, books.
That's true.
And Tyler, I haven't talked to Tyler in years, but he probably still have those architectural books in his house. I'm quite sure.
Yeah, they were really
It's
nice.
a conversation.
Yeah.
So we had a journey. We did some things.
We did some things.
Yeah.
We did some things. We did some big things. It was, again, you changed the course. You coming into my life changed the course of my life.
Thank you.
And
changed mine too, by the way.
Well, thank you.
I did.
Was hoping
big time.
How did I change yours? Because I always tell you how you changed mine.
Yeah, well, I tell everybody to change me because it's the Atlanta Housewives. So if Sachel Jester didn't see, Sachel, of course, was a fan of yours, big time. All right, and then he discovered what I did with the whole music industry. So he thought would be the power couple on that show. And so, so when you went up there and flopped on the first interview, she bombed on the first interview.
You were so mad at me.
When you walked out of the house, I was like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
You're like, you're not going to get it.
Yeah.
That was horrible. You didn't
say,
you didn't talk about any of the fabulous people you know, all the fabulous stuff. You're like Cynthia Bailey. You didn't say any stuff. You just sat there. You said nothing.
I'm like, who are you? You're Cynthia Bailey. Who are you? You're Cynthia Bailey.
It's like, coach me. He's like, get your butt back in the ring. Go back out there and tell them who you are.
Knocked them out. You know what I'm saying? And you
and
did.
And
they're like,
give
boom,
me
they got
shot.
it.
And then,
they got it.
Then
Change everything.
Changed everything.
You know what I'm saying? And that's dope.
Thank you, Bravo. Thank you so much.
So people, I know that you guys haven't seen this, and when you see this, I hope you enjoy it. But we are actually friends. She's my biggest supporter. Anytime she do something that is dope, I'm calling her on it. If I could tell what mood she's in just by looking at her posts.
I know you said that.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I haven't watched any 8 of the movies that you have done is because I'm nervous. I'm nervous watching it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm quite sure if you keep on getting more and more and more, that means you're that girl now when it comes to that. And I'm super, super, super proud of you. You know what I'm saying? And keep on doing it. And if you ever get up there for a Golden Globe or an Emmy or an Oscar, just make sure that you give me a shout out. You know
I don't know about all that, but no.
Oh, you know?
No. Like I am. This is good. It's good to see you doing your thing and again just thriving in like a positive space. That's really so important. It really is.
You know what?
And it's not easy.
Alone time. You got to
a
really
long time. Yeah, you got to be able to sit with yourself.
Yeah, you got to be able to sit with
And
yourself.
then you touched on the whole like your mental wellness. You know, that's something like in our era we didn't really like grow up where we really made that a priority. And I can just tell you this: one of the many things that Noelle taught me was like I'll call her and or she'll call me and say, "Hey, Mom, I just want to let you know I'm taking 2 mental wellness days, so you're not gonna be able to reach me on the phone."
Oh, she's so dope, though.
Like, and I was like, wait, we could take mental wellness days? Like, what is that? Like, I didn't know like that was like, I didn't know that was a thing. And anytime she feels like, she suffers with anxiety a little bit. So whenever she feels like she just needs to shut it down and just reboot, like whenever you're just overwhelmed, just say, you know what, just take a day. And if you need to take 2 days, just take 2 days, because guess what? Whatever you're dealing with, it's going to be right there waiting for you after those 2 days.
That's what I keep on telling a friend of mine now. It's like the people like to run away from things instead of run to it. You know what I'm saying? You can't run away from anything, because you could go on vacation, when you come back, your problem's still there.
Right there.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you got to learn how to sit in it and change it and make it better for yourself. I'm always, I think part of my own mission in life is to help people. You know what I'm saying? Change their trajectory in life. I could see somebody that has a potential,
well,
but
that's
they
so
don't
crazy,
have the
because
resource.
that's actually a full circle moment for you, because you started off, one of your first jobs was a social worker, which was helping people, trying to help people.
Yeah, but
so
then
it's like,
most of them didn't want to be helped.
I know, but but still, it's still a part of that. Like, you wanted to do the best you could do for those people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's amazing. And one of the things, like my passion is I really want to have huge success as an actor. I want to also direct and produce and go on the other side, because I want to, just like we did, like what I did with the school, the Bailey Agency. I really want to discover talent and give new talent, young talent, like an opportunity to do their thing. And I want to help people as well. Like I always just think at some point, because I don't think like what I'm going to be the most known for has even happened to me yet. What people are going to really look back.
That's incredible that you could say that.
No, it's true. I don't think it's happened to me yet. I don't think God is through with me. But I do know that there's a part of me that wants to serve. I want to help people. And, I got to monetize it, because I got to work. But I want to, whatever the work I do going forward, I want to be able for it to help people.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Well, I've been doing that forever. I've seen things in people that they haven't seen in themselves, and I keep on pushing them.
And you're good at that, because you saw, I was doing great when you met me.
Yeah.
But you saw bigger.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm good. And you were like, no, bigger.
Bigger.
Like, seriously. And I would get so aggravated with you.
I would get so aggravated with you.
I would get so irritated, frustrated with you, because you would be like, you need to be doing this. You need to be doing that. Go open up a school. Do this. Do that. And then, actually, when we were no longer together, I found that it was just a part of who I was. And I was always like, okay, well, let me create this. Let me create that. Because remember when we got on the show, I was like, every year we're going to create a business. We're going to start something. We have to do something. We have to make it make sense.
And we were good at doing it.
We were great at doing it.
Because I'm fearless when it comes to that. There's nothing I think that I can't do. You know, I think I could do anything I set my mind to.
Yeah.
And a lot of people start things and don't finish it, but I finish everything I start. So, and that's just a gift all to itself. And I'm getting older, and I'm, probably want to play the back more. But I'm trying to find those young people that have that energy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And push them. And when I spot them, I call them out. Like a friend of mine just opened his lounge down in Houston, and he called me to thank me because I gave him a shot to manage when he never managed before, and now he opened his own joint. And so many people have ran into me over the years that said, yo, you spoke to me about this, and you told me how to do this, and now I have 5 restaurants, and I have this, and I have that.
How does that make you feel? Isn't it just an amazing feeling?
It feels great for the fact I was talking to one of the guy sleeper that used to promote at bar one on Memorial. He owns like 3 restaurants in town right now.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And I go there, and when I'm going there, I feel great because like people that look like us need to see that they could also do things. Instead of going to spend their money somewhere, they could create that and cater to people that look like themselves, employ people that look like them. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's
and grow. Yeah.
one of my favorite things about being an entrepreneur is being able to actually create jobs for people.
I get a kick out of you even saying that you're that person. But you were that person the whole time because as a model, you yourself, you work for yourself.
Yeah, I was self-employed.
Yeah, you were self-employed.
Like it was the agency, my agents put me in a room and it was my job to make sure I stayed in those rooms and I would take one job and make it into like a job for like the next 5 or 10 years.
Man, I remember going to a set in Miami with you, and I'd never been on a shoot before. And
who was I shooting for? Was it Nordstrom's?
Shooting for Macy's.
Macy's.
Yeah.
And let me just take this opportunity on the How Can I Be Down podcast. I want to thank Macy's, Talbot's, Nordstrom's. Who else was some of my JCPenney's.
You should go to Dallas
Chico's.
Yes.
Chico's, Wow, so many catalogs. Oh, Lane Bryant, I used to do. Saks, Neiman Marcus. Thank you. Thank you so much for just working with me, for believing in me.
And I can see why they called you back, because when I was on that set, Cynthia, everybody loved you. You were easy to work with, and they always telling me this, And I didn't know that. I thought there's just a photographer in you. I didn't know it was around 40 people.
Yeah.
On a photo shoot.
Oh, yeah.
With one model. But there's 40 people.
Oh, Burdines.
Yeah.
Burdines. Remember Burdines? I don't even know if it's called that anymore. But we've had an incredible life.
Good.
And I am so grateful.
And we're doing well, and we still pushing. We're still here.
We're still here.
We're still here.
So let this be for everyone who's tuned in to Peter's podcast, How Can I Be Down? I was excited to be a part of this podcast with him. But I hope you guys really get the positivity and the love, because, we haven't been together in years, but I'm the type of woman, if I love you for life. And it just is what it is, But, support Peter's podcast. He's trying to really thrive in a more positive, healing space.
Yes.
And I think that these stories, these memories, these journeys are inspiration and motivation for people.
It is.
That's how I got motivated. I read about other people doing stuff, and I was like, oh, they did that. I can do that.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of people are going to see this, and they're going to be motivated from this also.
Yeah, that's a good thing. So congratulations to
thank you.
On your podcast. Yeah, okay. And I'm actually in the process of putting together a deal for a podcast myself. So maybe I'll get to have you on my podcast.
Yeah, definitely. I'll come. Let's see what happens.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Right, God bless. Right. God bless.
Love. All right.